Today we have with us a very talented, young, enterprising animator, Kireet Khurana. He is a graduate from the Sheridan College of Art, Canada, where he's done a 3-year course on cell animation. Besides cell animation, Kireet has also worked extensively in computer animation with various animation packages. Along with his father, the well-known Bhim Sen, the Khuranas run a film studio in Bombay called the Klein Film Studio. In his career since 1987, Kireet has made many films, Alpha Cat, Encore, Seema, and he's also won many awards in many festivals. In the Mumbai International Film Festival this year, 2 of his films were screened. One was Mahagiri, for which he won the Certificate of Merit, and the other was his graduation film from Canada, O. So Kireet, tell us something more about your graduation film which you've called O.
The idea germinated about 4 or 5 years before 1995 when I made the actual film. But I actually never really got to conceptualize it and refine it and make it into a more comprehensive, a more workable script. And the idea, I've been reading J. Krishnamurti a lot. I've been reading it throughout my teens and the early 20s, and that's where the idea really came from. I lifted up some of his theories and philosophies, and I was very influenced with them. And one of the passages where he talks about the anchorage of the mind and how thoughts and beliefs can actually hold the mind, anchor the mind and not let it loose, not let it set free. But the film per se didn't really come into existence for a long time because the idea was very, very crude and very vague. And I almost ended up not making the film in the final year because my professors didn't like the concept and they wanted me to work on it a lot, and I just didn't think it was a task I could achieve myself. But then I guess good sense prevailed and I ended up making the film, and I'm pretty happy about the eventual result of the film. And I think this is one film which is going to be really close to my heart all my life.
What made you title the film O?
The title of the film was Simplicity first. So another friend of mine, he suggested that O is basically, it's not an O, it's a circle symbol. And circle symbol signifies life, it could signify universe, it could signify continuity, it could signify a lot of things. And just that it's also the simplest form of a symbol, of a concept. It doesn't have any edges. So he suggested to me, why don't you just use this, which was a basic symbol that a man can actually, grab.
Tell us what are the current projects you're working on?
We are doing a lot of small projects, and including a couple of big ones. We just finished a 26-episode series called Vartaman for Doordarshan, which is a commission program. And we are working on a couple of films for the National Film Board, one of which my father is directing and one of which I'm directing, and I'm animating both of them. And these films are based on the UN Convention for Child Rights. It's about a child labor involved in the lock industry and the kind of hazards that they face. And right now it's in the stage where it's being, the animation is complete, and we're working on the backgrounds and the other stuff, the completion stage. The post-production of these projects, Locked and Flesh Trade, the other project also that we're doing for National Film Board. The completion of these projects, the post-production, will be done in Canada itself. And the other project that we're working on, Flesh Trade, is about child prostitution. There's a story about a girl who is sold by her parents, and then she comes to town where she's sold by the agent to the madam of the brothel, and then she tries to, about her dreams and aspirations and how she's trying to come in terms with the realities of life and how she doesn't have any place to go, and how the basic captivity of the girl. And also that we're working on an animation series right now, developing it right now. It's called Bhechal, Birchal is about the animal bandwagon. It's about the bandwagon effect that the society has. So if one person has bought a certain thing, everybody wants to buy it. If somebody has bought a television, everybody wants to buy it. If one person has a car, everybody wants to buy it. And it's how it's about a building, a cosmopolitan building, and all the people living in the building are animals. And if we were to attribute a character to any person living in our real world in terms of an animal, we could, describe a certain person who's generous and kind-hearted, at the same time very dominating, as a lion. So we could attribute him that character. So we have a lion in the building, and similarly we have a sheep family which is very docile, that's taken for granted types. And we have similarly the crocodile family, which is a very snappy family, always yapping all the time and trying to get on other people's necks, and so on and so forth. So the concept is about this, us animals living in a cosmopolitan building, each one having their own stereotype aspirations and ambitions.